This conference will now be recorded.
Or you can use the existing one. As a learner, we will learn it from the scratch of how to create by ourselves. Okay. And now, see, there are three scopes of data page. What are the scopes? Thread, requester, and node level. Thread level data page, requester level data page, and node level data page. Thread, requester, and node. Thread, requester, and node level data page. Okay, so this is about data page scopes. What is the difference? Why do we need scopes for the data page? What is the reason we have scopes? What? To have limitations. Limitation of what? Sharing limitation. To apply sharing limitation, we need scopes. If it is thread scope, what is the limitation of sharing? Within the work object. If it is requester scope, what is the limitation?
Within the requester
session.
Among
multiple work objects.
If it is node, among
multiple sessions.
Same server, same node. Okay. So let's work on data page. Let us see how to create a data page with report definition to populate drop down values. Okay, once this is finished, I'll explain about parameters concept. Write down everyone. Working with data page. To populate working with data page, write down first point in the requirement. Write down, create a data type. First point in the requirement, create a data type cities. Create a data type cities. Create a data type cities. City code, city name are the columns. What are the columns? City code, city name are the columns. Okay, and we will add some cities and all. Make changes to customer details forms city drop down. Make changes to customer details forms city drop down. Make changes to customer details forms city drop down. City drop down. Populate the cities with the data from cities table. Populate the cities with the data from cities table. Populate the data. Populate the cities drop down with the data from cities table. So we will use data page to implement this. Okay. So design, create. First step is what? Cities table. Okay. After that, create a report. Create data page. Call report there. And once this is done, open customer form and make changes to city drop down. So you need to remove local list, source by using data page, source by using data page. So all these steps we need to perform. Okay, everyone clear? So this is what we are going to do now. So here you go now. So data type, you know how to create a data type, right? Like similarly how you have done countries and states the same way, cities. Add data type, cities, advanced tab. As usual process I am following. Data, framework, organization rules, right? Create, submit. And here you go now. This is add field. You know how to do all this. City code. First one, city code. Second one, city name. We will be altering these tables going forward. Records tab, configure source, that you should know. City code will be the key column. City code will be key column. Okay, close this. Okay, so here you go now. So add required city code. You can add some cities, that's up to you, but some cities matching with the previous states table you add. Later we will add states table. What is the next one? Like this, I am adding multiple cities here. And you add more related to other country states, other country states. So okay, I'll add Tamil Nadu. I don't know the course, leave it. See now. I don't know spellings. That's okay. Some cities I have given here. Save, done, completed. Okay. So like this, you are going to add some cities of your wish. That's up to you. What cities you wanted to add. So now open customer details form. Okay, let's create report definition rule. See, by default you are getting data table editor report. You wanted to make use of it, you can make use of it. Let's create a report definition rule. Here you go. Cities. Create reports, report definition. Name of the report definition rule is get cities. Huh? Okay, you can give anything. Let me change the context. Hold. Reports, report definition. Cities on. This is the combination, right? Column name, city code, city name. I want to fetch both city code and city name. Save this. Done. Completed. Now create data page. See, by default you got a data page which will fetch all city codes and city names, but we wanted to learn it from the scratch how to do it. Data model, data page, and name of this is fetch cities, otherwise simply cities, d underscore cities, create and open. Sorry, it is already there. D underscore cities new. Okay, because it is automatically created by process command. Page structure or list structure, which one do we choose? So it is going to hold more than one city, right? More than one city means list structure. You need to choose list structure, and thereafter scope and all you can change it to thread or request. It's up to you. And here report definition. Source is report definition. I want it to be read only. And name of the report definition rule. What is that? Fetch cities. Fetch cities.
Get cities.
Save. Done. Completed. Okay, like this you are going to choose a report definition rule in the data page. Next step. Now create. Now open customer details section. Open customer details section. How do I open usually? Usually I have to open it by using live UI. That you should be doing while practicing. City property I'll open from here. Open city property. How do I open? You need to click on edit icon. Okay, this is in version 1. Already version 1 we have locked some time back. So what should I do if I want to make changes?
Save
as. Version 2. This is the context it was in. Say OK. So I'll remove the local list. Remove local list. Choose the table type as. Finally, after you removing, you choose the table type as. Save. Done. Completed. Next, what should I do? Now go back to section. Where is it? This is the section. Here, include placeholder. Select. Next, what should I do? Data page. List sources, data page, and here the data page name D underscore cities new. That's what I need to choose from the drop. Property for value, city code. Property for display text, city name. Understand everyone clear? City code, city name. Completed. Now create a case and test it. Where is the flow? Okay, so this is the one which I'm expecting. All the cities are being populated. This is the expected behavior. Done. Completed. So next topic is we wanted to populate the values of the drop down. From one drop down value, suppose if I select country India, this should populate only AP, TS, TN. The remaining 3 should not be populated for India. Suppose if I choose this one, it should populate only the cities related to AP. This is what we are going to learn. This concept is called as cascading drop-down. What is the concept? Cascading drop. So cascading drop-down concept, while you are working with, you need to know about another concept called parameters. What is the next concept? Parameters. So the next topic we are going to discuss about is parameters. Okay. So what is the parameter? Let me explain you. See, in every programming language we have this concept. Not only Pega, it may be Salesforce, it may be OutSystems, it may be any other BPM or CRM, any programming language like C language, Java, JavaScript, or .NET, C#, VB. Everywhere you have the concept of parameters. See, you are aware of properties, right? What is a property? What is a property?
Which holds the value.
Property just like a
Unmute.
variable which holds a value at runtime. Where would you create property? Under the data model category in a class, correct? Property will have a type, I mean like text or integer like that, and control all this will be there. Property holds a value. Can you see the property value on clipboard when it is used in the transaction? Can we see the value? Property value. We can see the property value when we have used it in the transaction model or somewhere in the execution. On the clipboard you will have a page, on page you will have properties. Okay. Similar to the property, we have another what do you call, just a, you call a component. It is not a rule. Okay, that is called as parameter. Similar to property, we have another one called parameter. Is similar to property in all aspects except there is one thing I will explain it. See, parameter, property has a name, right? Parameter will have a name. Parameter holds a value at runtime, and but parameters you will not create under data model category like that. Parameters are virtual. Parameters are virtual, not physical like properties. Properties you create, whenever you create a property here, it will store in the backend table and all, right? So, but parameter is just like property. It will have name, it will have data type, it holds a value at runtime. But you do not create parameters under the data model category. See, in a rule, that may be flow, or that may be flow action, or that may be other rules. We have, what are the other rules? Section lo undavan. Okay. What are the other rules we have worked on?
Activity.
Activity. You have a tab
When
called
the activity report definition.
I think flow action will not have parameters, section will have. So parameters tab is there. Report definition. Data page. Go to report definition, reports, report definition. Okay. And data page, data model, data page, data. See, for all these rules, you have parameters tab. For all these rules, you have parameters tab is there. So this parameters tab is the one where you define parameter like this. Like this, you define parameters. Okay, you will choose the respective data type and all. Similarly, go to activity. Maybe technical activity. We did not create any activity so far. We created it, right? Organization class. Activity. Okay, this is the activity. Activity also has parameters. So I'll explain you the concept of parameters with tracer. Using tracer, I will explain you. It is not only parameters concept. I will also explain you about call branch queue. Did I explain you that? So two topics I'll explain you at a time. One is call branch queue concept. Another one is parameters concept. Both. Okay, you define it in the parameters tab of rule form. See, if you have an activity, see, we have a section, right? Where do you call section? Where do you call section? You call section in a flow action. Can we call a section inside another section? Is it possible or not possible? It is possible
Yes,
to
you
call
can.
a section inside
Possible.
another section. Correct? It is possible. Can we call a flow action into a flow?
Yes,
So
flow
you are
action.
going to call a rule from another rule.
Yes.
An activity can be called from drop down. An activity can be called from flow action under action tab. That is also possible. There are many different places you can call the rules. Similarly, an activity can be called from another activity. An activity can be called from another activity. Where is it? Activity, some name, create and open. And if you want to call an activity from another activity, then you can use call. You can use call. Other than call, let me show you. You can use branch. You can use queue. All this you can use. Okay, either you can use call or you can use branch, you can use queue. But when to use what, I am not going to tell you now. But what is the difference between these three technically? Technically, what is the difference between these three? I am going to explain. Understand? What is the difference between call, branch, queue? All this I am going to explain you technically. Understand everyone clear? So now, while explaining this, after this is basic explanation is completed, I'll tell you parameters also here and the same. Okay. So first let's go with call, branch, queue. See, if you have a requirement, see, I have send email notification OOTP activity, right? Send email notification OOTP activity is there. This activity, if I want to call anywhere in my activity, I should be using either of these three, and I should be calling like this: send email notification. There will be a space after this. Send email notification, like this I will be doing. Understand? Make sense? I can call an activity from another activity by using either call or branch or queue. So look at here. See here, if you're going to click the down arrow, what are these things in the drop down that you are getting, right? What are these? These are called as methods, right? And here you go now. First one, activity clear status. What is the first one? Activity clear status. This is the method name starting with the alphabet A. And after that, activity and activity listed, and then next B is not there in between, C. Like that, you will go up to W. Okay. All the methods are alphabetically sorted out here. All the methods are alphabetically ordered and sorted. Then what about these three? Call, branch, collect, Java, queue, these five. These five are being kept out of the order from this list of methods. The reason is these five are not methods. These five are called as instructions. What do you call these five? Instructions. These five are called as instructions. So we are going to instruct the process commander to invoke another rule from one rule, to invoke another code from one code. That's why these are instructions. Call, branch, collect, Java, queue. These five are instructions. Out of these five, we are going to focus on call, branch, queue. These are. In order to explain you this call, branch, queue concept, at least we need two activities. Correct? At least if I have two, then only I can call it, right? So let's go ahead and try to get the understanding about call, branch, queue. I will share you a document. I think I have shared you tracer document. In that you have call, branch, queue. It is there, but today will be the explanation. Okay, here you go. I am creating one activity. Just please mute someone online. I am creating one activity by name child activity. What is the activity name? Just for our better understanding, I am giving the name as child activity. Here you can add any number of steps. It's up to you. Just for our sake of understanding a little bit better, I'm adding 3 steps. Before that, I am defining a page. Let's say child page. This is SBI. Okay, let's say it is for work class or cities class. It's up to you. Any class. Okay, steps tab. I am not taking the screenshots. You need to follow the document and you do it by yourself. Okay, and understanding concept is important here. Page new. That child page I am creating. And second step I am doing property set. Child page, and I am setting the properties. See here, child page dot state code I have selected here, right? What is the page of this property? It should be definitely there on a page on clipboard, right? So this page will be taken from the step page. If I directly use a property, before the property there will be a page for sure. What was the page? The page you mentioned here in the step page. State code AL, state name Alabama. Okay, like this I have added. Okay, two state code and state name I have added, and page remove. Let's say how many steps total I have added. 3 steps I have added. Okay, in the child activity. It's your wish, you can add 10 steps also. I am creating one more activity. Create technical activity, parent activity, right? Giving the name as parent means this will call the other activity. That's why meaningfully I am giving like this. Create and open method name. Okay, I'll define base and classes. Again, parent page. So for the sake of adding multiple pages, I am doing this. SBI auto I work. Okay, step page new I am doing. Parent page. No problem, spelling and all. Let's say prop. Okay, I'll use call. After call, you need to give a space and then click the down arrow. Child activity. Call space child activity and choose parent page here, and not needed actually. And that's it. And add another step. And here you see after call, if I expand, there is nothing showing up. No parameters. In future, I'll show you once again. Parameters will be there. So property set. Property set parent page and add step. What is this? Okay, otherwise 3 steps are enough, or you can add more steps. I'm adding manager dot first name is equal to some name. Okay, one more property set just for the sake of having more number of steps. I'm adding like this. Right. So I have created 2 dummy activities just for demonstration purpose. Okay, while you are practicing, you can add a number of steps. What steps you add there is up to you, your wish. And if I am going to run the parent activity now, the execution I'm trying to explain all of it. If I am going to run the parent activity now, the parent activity gets executed and execution will begin from step 1. Once step 1 execution is finished, it is going to invoke step 2. And once it reaches step 2, then the execution will be going to child activity. Child activity execution will begin. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Once child activity is finished, then parent activity step 2 will be finished. Then step 3, step 4 of parent activity will get executed. Let's try to experience the same by using tracer. I am going to run this and trace it. Trace it, and here you go, run this. Let's go to tracer now. What do you see on the tracer? Just make an observation. Let me take it to the document, some other document, and maximize it. Not this. What do you see now? I think it is showing the same, right? Same size. Yeah, what do you see now? How the execution is happening? Execution begin at parent activity, and after that step 1 of parent activity execution begin. Step 1 completed. Step 2 of parent activity begin. From here to here, you see, from this place to this place, parent activity step 2 begin, and parent activity step 2 ended here. Step 2 of parent activity ended here, begin here. In between, what is happening? Child activity has executed, that is recorded on the tracer. And after child activity execution completed, parent activity step 2 finished, and step 3 and step 4 of parent activity has got executed or not? Okay, let me explain the overall execution process. See, when parent activity invokes child activity by using call instruction, the execution of parent activity will get passed here. It will be passed. It will wait here. The parent activity execution will be on hold here. And Control will go to child activity. Child activity execution will begin. Once child activity is completed, then parent will get resumed and proceeded further executing the remaining steps after call step. Parent activity will be waiting for the child activity to get completed. Parent activity will be waiting for the child activity to get completed. Okay. This is called as synchronous processing. What do you call this? Synchronous processing. This is one point. Whenever we are going to invoke an activity from another activity by using call, then parent activity will wait for the child activity to get finished. It will wait. This waiting is called as synchronous processing. And after the child activity execution finished, parent will resume, and remaining steps that are there after the call step will get executed. 2 points here: synchronous processing, and second one is the steps that are there after the call step will get executed. Understand? Make sense? Everyone clear? Every one of you, are you clear? Synchronous plus remaining steps after call will get executed. Next, let us try to test the same by using branch. Let's try to test with branch. Save this and then checking. Actions and then run. Trace it. I'm sorry, already tracer is open. Trace it, and here you go through run. Now you see on the tracer, this is the execution. Previous time to this time, can you just make an observation and tell me what is the difference? Previous tracer you have seen, and this time you are seeing the tracer. What is the difference?
Third step and fourth step is not executed.
Chapan, what is the difference?
Parent
Control is not
activity
coming back to
third,
parent.
fourth will not be
Parent,
executed.
Control back to parent is not coming.
Enter the
It will come back to the parent, but the steps will not be executed.
the steps that are there after the branch step. In the parent activity,
Branch.
the steps that we have written, step 4, step 5, which are after branch step, those have been executed or not? Here on the
No.
step 4
No.
and step 5 of parent activity got executed or not?
No.
Those are
No.
not been executed. That is one difference. See here. In case of branch, the execution happens like this. In case of branch, the execution happens like this. Parent activity invokes child activity. Okay. And parent activity will wait till the child activity gets finished successfully. This is synchronous mechanism, synchronous processing. Both call and branch, both are synchronous. Okay, that is one point clear. But the difference is the steps that we have after the call step. After the call step, you have a number of steps, right? These steps have not been executed in case of branch, but these have been executed in case of call. That is the difference. In case of call, the steps that are there after the call step got executed. But in case of branch, the steps that are written after the branch step have been ignored. Understand? What is the difference between call and branch? Similarities and differences. Similarities, both are synchronous processing. Parent will wait for the child. Difference is call, the steps that are there after the call step will get executed in the parent activity. But in case of branch, the steps that are there after the branch step will be ignored. Understand? Makes sense? Let me clear this. Let us test with the queue. Before we test with the queue, I am going to make some changes in the settings of the tracer. Okay, at the time I'll show you. I'm going to do it by using queue. Please mute someone. Am I audible clearly, every one of you? So everyone, is there any issue with the audio and all?
No.
No.
Clear.
If one person having any issue, one or two, please check from your end, because my end it is good actually. there is an issue, it should happen for everyone. Now I'm using queue and running this, trace it. In the tracer settings, I'm choosing asynchronous activity. What is that? Say okay. After choosing that, now you run this. What is the difference that you have observed in the tracer now? Previous 2 times you have made observation. This time you also have a look at this tracer and tell me what is the difference.
There is no child activity here.
Okay, first let us look at the steps that we have after the queue steps. In the parent activity, after the queue step, we have 2 more steps, right? Those have been executed or not?
Yes.
Those have been executed. Okay, unlike in branch, like in call, those are being executed. See, one step is highlighted in light green color, right? I am going to click on that step. What is being shown up here? See, child activity execution shown up in a separate thread. Separate window means separate thread. Okay, so in this case also, parent child both executed fully. But let me tell you the difference. In case of queue, parent activity invokes the child activity, but parent activity do not wait for the child to be finished. It will proceed on its way with step 3, 4. Child will proceed. Both will execute at a time, but still in a transaction processing, this is called as asynchronous processing. Parent will not wait for the child to get finished, where it will proceed on its way, child will proceed on its way. There is a possibility that parent activity gets completed before the child. There is a possibility parent activity gets completed before the child. Possibility is there. This processing is called asynchronous processing. So call and queue, call branch both are synchronous, whereas queue is asynchronous. In case of call and queue, the steps that we have after the respective instructions will get executed. But in case of branch, the steps that are there after the branch step will be ignored. Understand? Make sense? Everyone of you online.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Asha, can you please show again where exactly we can select the asynchronous option?
See, when you go through the settings, right, tracer, when you want to trace with queue, you go here and choose this option in the settings. Asynchronous activity.
Yeah, thank you.
Next, what are we going to discuss next?
Only for queue we have to select
Parameters.
process, Harsha.
Come again. Come again.
Only for queue we have to select asynchronous process, correct?
See, if you want that to be shown up highlighted in the tracer, you need to select. Even though you don't choose, it will execute, but you will not get the link to click on. If you want to click on that tracer green color, that green color and all you will not get if you don't choose, but it will get executed. I want to see the execution by clicking on that link. In order to enable that link and all green color, I selected that. Otherwise, it will be executed in the back. Okay, now
Asha,
let's discuss.
one question here.
Yes, please.
So let's say there is a dependency of data from child
There is a
activity.
dependency of data. You need to go only with either call or branch. Call you need to go. There is no dependency. You go with queue.
If any errors occurs, then how
See,
the process?
anywhere if the failure happens in the parent or child, entire process will fail. That is a usual practice. Okay.
Can you elaborate as like a real-time scenario?
No need of scenarios now. That is just a behavioral. Behaviorally, how it works for call branch queue. We will see going forward where to use, when to use all this. Okay.
Sure.
Practically, we'll come across with all of these. Okay, that time you will be able to easily understand. Now it is not required. As of now, you need to understand only one thing. What is the technical behavior of execution for call branch queue? How these 3 are different. That is fair enough for me. Okay.
So can we call asynchronous as a parallel processing because both are?
That is asynchronous. That is not parallel processing. Asynchronous processing is asynchronous only. Parallel processing is parallel processing. There is a difference. Okay, asynchronous means, simply speaking, do not wait for the acknowledgement. Okay, synchronous means wait for the acknowledgement. Okay, so like that. See, suppose I'll tell you one example. You are a male person. You are doing a job and you got your salary. You want to purchase a laptop. You are going to send an let's better understand by email. Okay. You are going to make a phone call to your father. In this month of salary, I want to purchase one laptop. You are just saying, I want to purchase, you'll purchase. You don't wait for his confirmation and all. No need. Okay. You are a female person. You got your salary. You want to purchase a laptop. You make a phone call to your father and you are going to ask him, can I purchase one laptop in my salary this month? You wait for his acknowledgement. You don't wait is asynchronous. All male resources are asynchronous. All female are synchronous. Permission granted, then they will buy. We don't need permission, right?
Yes.
Okay. So next we are going to talk about the concept of parameters. Okay, what is the parameter concept? See, parameters are just like variables only. I mean, like just like properties which will hold a value at runtime, which will have a name, which will have data type, everything. But you don't create under this one, like data model, all this will not happen. And here you go. Now the same activities I'll take. Child activity, parent activity. Child activity is being called from parent activity at the time of calling. I'll just do call. Just hold on. Let me check out this, save this, expand this. Do you have any parameters here? No parameters. See, parameters can be defined on the rule form, not in the data model. Parameters can be defined on the rule form. Look at here. In the child activity, I'm going to define two parameters. For example, three parameters. First name, like this. Second one, last name. Third one, full name. Like this. Three parameters of string I have defined. And I'm going to check out this. And step stamp. The property set here itself, I am going to add parameters. If you want to access a property, you need a page. That can be anything. If you want to access parameters, the page is param. What is the page? Param. Param dot full name. Please mute someone online. Param dot full name is equal to param dot first name plus last name. Param dot first name plus last name. Save this. This is what I have done. I did not assign any values to the parameters, right? So far, I did not assign any values to parameters. In the child activity, I have defined three parameters: first name, last name, full name. Param dot full name is equal to param dot first name plus last name. This is param is the page used to access parameters. Next, you go to parent activity. You go to parent activity. In the parent activity, at the time of calling, you expand it. Is it prompting for the parameter values? Is it prompting or not? F name, L name, full name. Where are these parameters defined? In which rule? Parent or child?
Child.
Where did we define the parameters? F name, L name, full name? We
Child.
defined it. You have a rule on which you define parameters. It can be any rule. If you have a rule which has parameters defined on it, wherever you call this rule from, anywhere you call it, it will immediately prompt for the values. Wherever you call the rules, it will immediately prompt for the parameter values. Understand it, everyone? Clear? So you have a rule which has parameters defined on it. Wherever you call the rule, that will prompt for the values at the calling place. I'm going to pass the value. I'm going to pass the value. So here you go, and then save it. At runtime, at the time of calling child activity, these parameters will be set with values. Child activity parameters will get the values being passed. For passing value from one rule to another rule. If you want to pass the data from one rule to another rule, then you need to use parameters. If you want to pass the data from one rule to another rule, you want to transfer the data from one rule to another rule, then which one is going to help you? Parameters will help you. Look at here now. So I'm going to run this parent activity and then trace it, and then run it. And here you go, tracer. See, if you go to clipboard, you don't find any page by name param. Like, unlike properties can be seen on clipboard, right? Unlike that, parameters you cannot see on clipboard. We cannot see parameter page on clipboard, it won't get created. Parameters you can see only from the tracer. There is no other go. Okay, only developer while testing and doing execution, he can see by the tracer. So on the tracer, you can go to the respective step where you're expecting parameters and click on the method name. Click on method name, and you see parameter page name unnamed. Parameter page name unnamed. Click on unnamed, then you will be seeing the parameters and values. Understand? Everyone clear? Online resources. This is how you can pass parameter value from one rule to another rule. Make sense? Everyone clear? Online resources. Every one of you clear? You can see, suppose at the time of calling, you see, click on call this. Only you don't have any parameters at the time of calling. After calling, you see, after calling, first step, you have first name, last name, but full name is not there because full name is not yet been calculated, not yet been set. Here you go. Property set here, full name. You have full name. So like this, at each and every point, at each and every step, what are the values? If you want to know, you can know about it. So one rule to another rule, I have passed information. If you want to pass the data from one rule to another rule, then what is the possibility? Pass the parameter values. That is one approach. See, if I expand this call activity, okay, apart from this passing values, you have an option, pass current parameter page, meaning that parameters page which is there on rule 1, parent rule, entire page will hand over to rule 2. Here we are only passing values. Suppose if I select this, what is happening? Additional parameters supplied below will be ignored. Means below you cannot do anything. Even it is there, it will be ignored. So selecting this option, pass parameter page from one rule to another rule. I'll show you this one practically. Look at here. On the parent activity, I'm going to define parameters. Just for instance, fn ln. Okay, fn ln like this I have defined. Steps tab. Before I call the activity, I'm doing property set. Property set. Now parameter page will be there, right? Param dot fn is equal to Harsha. Param dot ln is equal to trainings. Okay, and here you go now. Call child activity. At the time of calling, I'm choosing this. Below will be ignored. Okay, for your better understanding, I'll change small letters. Harsha. Trainings. Okay, previously capital letters I have given, right? You will understand that this is not passed. So you are giving. So now, see, I have parameters on parent rule, right? For parent rule, there is a page for parameters. What is the name of the page? Param. I have parameters on child rule also, right? For child rule parameters, there is a page. What is the page? Param. Two pages are there. Both page names same. Param, param. At the time of calling child rule, you are going to hand over entire parameter page of parent to child. Parameter page of parent will be given to child. Now let us see actions and then run, trace it, and then run it. Go through the tracer. What is happening now? What is happening? See here, property set. Parameter page name unnamed. You have fn ln, but do you have full name? Full name is equal to param dot full name is equal to param dot f name plus l name, right? That is, the parameter names on both rules are not matching. Parameter names on both rules are not matching. See, my intention is to pass the data to from parent activity to child activity, entire parameter page, so that the full name there will be set. Okay, but when not matching, it has taken the parameter page. The parameter page that it has taken has parameters of f and ln, small letters, but actual parameters on child rule are f name, l name, capital letters. Calculation is full name is equal to f name, l name, which is not happening because there are no parameters f name, l name I have passed. I'll make change a little bit, you'll understand. See here, I'm going to make a little bit change here. On the parent role, let me close all this. On the parent role, here f name, l name, is it exactly matching? Child activity parameters f name, l name, parent activity parameters f name, l name, and property set param dot f name, param dot l name. Remaining things pass parameter page and all same. Save this. Completed. Everyone clear? Save this. Now you run the parent activity. Now you run the parent activity and then go to tracer and then trace it. Here you go, parameter page, property set, parameter page name unnamed. You have everything now. full name also. See, there is one condition you need to remember. In case if you want to pass parameter page from one rule to another rule, the condition is the parameter names on both rules, child and parent, must be matching. If not matching, what happens? You have seen already. If not matching, data will be passed parameter page, but there is no one to take. When you are giving page one rule to another rule a page, name should match, then only it will sync, otherwise it won't sync. Understand? So passing parameter value, passing parameter page. If I want to pass parameter page from one rule to another rule, then what is that? Parameter page name on both rules should be same. Okay, if I want to pass parameter values, parent rule may not have any parameters. But in case if you are wanted to pass parameter page from one rule to another rule, both rules should have parameters. Parent rule should match with the parameter names of child rules exactly. Even type also should match. Type mismatching also will lead to some issues. Okay, we will be using the concept of parameters tomorrow. Both one time we'll work on passing value, another time we will work on passing page, and we finish cascading drop downs. Two requirements: cascade state states based on countries. Selected country state should be populated. Another one, cascade cities on states. Okay, so I will share you the documents. $595. Yeah, you can wind up for today. Pega class August 1st. 595. Parameters document. What else I should share you? Passing parameter page from one rule to another rule. Inka call branch. Difference between call branch queue. Practical document. Okay. So go through it. Finish it. So go through it. Finish it. You can wind up.